So when it comes to pulling back the curtain, you have a very historically famous promo with the pipe. And when it comes to modern fans, a lot of people say that that was the first time they had kayfabe broken in a sense. Do you feel that compared to the curtain call, that that was the most famous version of pulling back the curtain?
Um, so this is all going to come down to perspective, and I think this is probably going to reveal, and this is going to sound super egotistical, but the genius of what the pipe bomb was, because I did not expose anything. You juxtapose it with the curtain call, which was 100%. Like, I mean, that pissed off Jerry Briscoe. Shouldn't piss off Jerry Briscoe. Uh, I would be curious to have anybody try to explain to me how those two things are similar, because they're drastically different, right? I took what I knew smart fans to think was taboo, and said things on television that nobody had ever said before in a context within storyline, right? Like, I did not beat anybody over the head with exposing the business. I wasn't fraternizing with a good guy when I was a bad guy, or vice versa. And that to me proves how powerful a moment of what I did was, because it's still almost misunderstood.
Completely agree. Now, when you left the company the first time, now that you're back here and we have Unreal, would you think that we would be in this position 11 years ago?
I don't really think it's that radical of an idea. I really don't. There's aspects of it that I'm not comfortable with, and I have yet to see a single episode. I literally today just saw the trailer, and the trailer made me sweat. And doing media all day is making me sweat, because people are asking me questions, and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, all right. So certain words are being bandied about that I'm not super comfortable with, but it's not like it's the apple in the Garden of Eden, right? It's not like it's a forbidden fruit. Like, we all know these things to be true, and we all know these things to exist. But it's my job to suspend your disbelief. So I'm not trying to hit you over the head with it. And it's also, to me, the magic of what CM Punk can do, because nobody really knows. Like, you can tell me that, oh yeah, this show's phony. When I come out, when Cult of Personality hits, the mood in the arena changes, because everybody sits up and they look and they point and they go, all right, that motherfucker's real.
Now, since you didn't see the show, I actually just finished it. I binge watched it all morning.
You've seen all of them?
I've
every
watched
episode.
every single episode.
Okay.
And I want you to know that I think they did a phenomenal job on elevating who you are as a person. I'm going to sound like a crazy mark here, but I looked up to you as a teenager. I think a lot of my personality traits actually come from your character. And I think the way that you left and sour taste that people might have had if they watched this show, I think all of that gets cleared, because you are super authentic in it. The emotion that you show, the love and support that you show the rest of your coworkers, I think this show will get people to any sour taste they've ever had of CM Punk. I think that goes completely out the window if they watch all 5 episodes.
Show ruins my entire gimmick.
maybe a little bit ago,
Great.
but current gimmick.
Great.
But going off that, it's, I think one of the coolest things in the show is the way that the younger people in the show, the younger superstars, interact with you. I think it's so cool to see. You have a big bad guy like Gunther. When he's standing next to you, got the biggest smile on his face, super excited to talk to you. How does it feel that you are now that locker room presence that people are coming to when they might have a panic attack, when they need advice, when they need to maybe break a little bit of ice? You are now that guy they're going to.
Well, it's weird, right? Because I contrary to everything you see on screen, I'm not one to champion myself. When I'm on screen, yeah, I'm best in the world. What a ridiculous thing to say. But that that comes from me coming from nothing. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go, yeah, I don't think today's my day, guys. I'm going to give it my best, but shit, I'm going to lose. That doesn't resonate. That is a real human emotion that goes through my head, and I think goes through a lot of other people's heads. It doesn't fly for an on-screen character. I do think I have a wealth of knowledge. I do think I can help out. I do know for a fact that I have paved the way for a great many people, whether they love me or they hate me. Those are just facts. If anybody backstage wants to ask me questions, pick my brain, capitalize on what they might think can help them, I'm all ears. I do not offer unsolicited advice because I've been there, where I have a pretty good idea. I know what I'm doing, and somebody will say, hey, don't do this. Or an old timer will be like, hey, don't do that anymore because you're making me look bad. And it's just like, oh, okay. So my perspective now that I'm 46 is I see all sides, and I definitely don't think my ideas or my way or how I would do something is the one way to do anything. I'm all about the best voice, the best idea in the room wins. But it means a lot to me, and it is my great responsibility to be able to be that for anybody. Like, I don't see Gunther in that way. So if you see him in that way, that's flattering for me. That gives me pause. That makes me go, wow, because I look at him and I'm in awe of him, so it's, to me, it's a heavy responsibility. It's a burden in the best way, because it just means they look at me the way I looked at Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Eddie Guerrero, guys that I couldn't believe I can just call Eddie Guerrero and ask him a question, and he didn't care, and he encouraged it and wanted me to speak to him, and there's other guys in the locker room like Rey Mysterio, that are around that I still look at in awe. If anybody looks at me like that, to me, that just means I've been successful in this business, and that's an accomplishment.
So, final question I have for you. Every single time they were planning major events, whether it was the Royal Rumble, Chamber, even WrestleMania, your name was always CM Punk over. We got to put CM Punk over. We want CM Punk to win, what all the writers were saying. How does it feel to be so trusted by that entire room at this point in your career?
It means a lot, I think it's easy to say, and it's easy to look at from like an outside perspective. Like, oh, of course, it sounds great. Hey, you're going to win and you're going to beat everybody. But I'm at the point in my career where I think there's more story to tell, and there's more depth in a loss. There's more depth in rebounding from something. I tore my tricep when I first came back here. For 8 minutes, I really felt bad for myself, because I was like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And then I look at it like an opportunity. Okay, that's how you feel. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Turn it into the best thing that's ever happened to you, right? Turn that shit gold. And I did that. And that's how I lead by example, and that's how I can use my life experiences and talk to somebody else who has, first time they've been injured, and I can pull them aside and go, hey, I know what it feels like. And I'm telling you, it's not the end of the world. And they can look at me and trust me to know that what I'm saying is fact, because they've seen it.
Awesome. Well, quick yes or no answer for this one.
Okay.
Because they kind of hinted at this on the show, and you didn't give a fair answer. You said maybe. Were you supposed to win the 2024 Royal Rumble?
I don't know. I lost, man. I tore my tricep. Shit was over.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.